Alright, welcome to the stream. Hope everyone's having a good one. I'm gonna try and keep this a short stream, but it's gonna be however long it's gonna be. We're back with Endwalker. We're back with the main story quest. And we're gonna try and finish off, like, the Thancred leg of the first sort of area. So, let's just get right into it. So, we were told to go and meet Kate, who is here. And let's just get into it. Oh, now this is rather a lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? Not to our knowledge. We're associates of Kral of the students of Aldesion. We seek passage to Thavnir and understand that you can assist us. Ah, the test subjects. Welcome, welcome. Test subjects. Oh, you hadn't heard? Well then, allow me to explain. So, in order to travel to an aetheryte, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise you can't use it as beacons to seek out while you're a mess of aether hurtling along the life stream. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of aetheryte teleportation. But what if I were to tell you that there's a way to travel to an aetheryte without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been. For long years we've laboured to make such travel possible that people might move about more freely. And we've finally done it! We've created a new kind of aetheryte that doesn't require attunement. Truly, that changes everything. Well, my language may have been a bit misleading. The user need not attune to these aetherytes, but the aetherytes themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. But it just so happens that that of our first test pair of aetherytes, one has been installed here in Sharlayan and the other over in Yildamard, a port town in Thavnir. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Raz-Etz-Han, and indeed we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of the alchemists. So to sum it up, we're to test these aetherytes. How fortuitous for you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel aether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these aetherytes were made for people like your good self. The magic imbued within will whisk you away without any effect on your part. A veritable dream come true, and far be it from me to worry about such things, but do we have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. May come as a surprise, but we actually struggled to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly in the life stream, in the statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Mistress Kral truly knows how to pick 'em. If I might change the subject, our Master Wolfson and Mistress Bluida not present today. Oh, didn't you hear? They recently resigned their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project helmed by the Forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to the details. I see. Any other questions? No? Then let's get you going before you change your minds. Please cease your preparations and head outside to the Aetheryte Plaza. I'll be along shortly. I have concerns. My friend, the last time I was whisked through the grand space of voids between worlds and general spaces, didn't end well. Well, didn't end well for my friends. Ended well for me. How we all doing, guys? We all fine? Estinian gets to just naturally teleport. Oh yes, let's tinker with the big main aetheryte.
Right, we're all set.
I was not expecting a voice to be that, alright.
Just the 4 of you, was it?
3. Estinian doesn't need to.
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnir.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects.
I'm sure you would.
Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travellers could line up here, please.
Thancred first. I want to be last. Oh, it will be Thancred first.
Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether.
Alright.
Oh, and one last thing. You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
Hold up, what?
What?
Well, we're gonna end up somewhere. Are we gonna end up where we need to be? Nope. Over we go.
Thavnir, home to city-state Rads Athan. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between 2 peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay. For a time.
Well, I made it.
Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have?
It's about the aether sickness.
What chance?
There we go. I was about to say. No, he's completely out.
Against such an insidious foe.
Emmett, please. Emmett, please. I'm sick. Give me a break. Oh good, the Pyrite Town music is back.
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish.
Okay, go get a healer. Oh wait, I'm the healer. Whoops.
Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
There was a note with Kryle's instructions.
Okay. I'm not reading.
Don't let a Stinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
Okay, well, do you want to chase after him? Because I'm not getting up. Hydeline, help me. I need to stop Estinian from wasting all our money. You managed to will yourself to your feet, but given your condition, will you be able to reach Estinian in time? Depends on where he is now, doesn't it? Oh. No. Estinian! Estinian! Don't spend the money! Oh, God. Ah. Estinian! You there, I need 3 drinks, something that helps with ache sickness. But by the minutia. No, traveller, I mean greetings and welcome. You're wise, good sir, to come to me. A special Amra lassi, made with only the finest and freshest ingredients, is famed for calming unruly bellies. By way of a warm welcome to Thavnir, I'm pleased to offer it to you for the low price of 19,800 gil. For not 1, not 2, but 3 bottles, a bargain amongst bargains. The price is high road robbery, and you want to say as much to Estinian, but you realize any words of warning you cry out will be accompanied by your last meal. You must stand before Estinian and using gestures deny that the deal is fair. Estinian, my friend, look at me. Estinian, look at me. Don't do it. I thought you could barely stand. What do you need to tell me this so urgent? Wait, I shouldn't buy the lassie. The merchant is swindling me. Ah. Sincerest apologies, sir, but I appear to have my prices confused. It's actually 1,890 gil for 3 bottles of lassie. The confusion would have been quite costly for both of us. Very well then, your coin. Here, a bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. Estinian, carry me back. I'll be back after I've explored the town. No! Give me the money! You can't be trusted! Right, where did I leave them? There they are. I was... Share. Drink. Praise be to the 12. My stomach doth loosen its death grip. My heartfelt thanks to thee and Estinian, and to the fine fruits of this land. You were in time? Excellent. You spared us to Taru's wrath. Sweet release. If you haven't already, you should have yours too. Oh good, pirate time music. Let's go. Right, I'm ready to get on with it. The lassie truly worked wonders. Back on your feet, I see. Where have you been? How much money have you spent? The hair? I have found it. 'Tis the most I could do against this heat, short of shedding my armor. May I ask where you got the cord for it? A local vendor. The man said it's Thavnarian weave, tough and not easily unraveled. And how much did it cost? 9,400 gil a steel. I was told 'tis nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. Well. We were so close. That's incredible. I dare say not even Alphino could hold a candle to you. I am inclined to agree with thine assessment. It doth seem excessive, and usually so. Claiming Thavnir as its dominion, the nation of Razet Han hath long thrived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were the Akasudara, a Matanga tribe indigenous to this island. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their intermingling, a culture rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the products of Hannish culture have come to be celebrated and coveted the world over, a development only aided by the nation's prime location as a waypoint betwixt east and west. All of this hath combined to make a trading power of Raz at Han, yet such status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation. Neither of which I see any evidence, given that merchants at a gateway town are free to fleece hapless travellers and tarnish the reputation of the nation at large. Just so, the opportunistic pricing is rampant doth suggest that oversight is much weakened, or mayhap that the people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever the truth may be, it would be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. Prudent and practical eye, we've naught to lose by learning more. So ere we seek out Kral's acquaintance, shall we see what information we can gather here in Yedilmad? I'm gonna read that wrong every single time too. Excellent. We didn't exactly get off to a flying start, but we'll make up for it. God, can one of you have a voice line where you say these places so I can try and mimic it back? Right, let us split up and make inquiries in town. Ixia, the pier is yours. Once we've learned what we can, we regroup by the Aetheryte, off-putting though the mere sight of it may be. I mean, I'm going to attune to it so I don't have to take the Aether Sickness train back. Gemstone trader, yep. Oh, they use the same gemstones. Interesting. I was worried it would be another whole gemstone list. The crate is laden with fruits, but they are on the verge of spoiling, as if they've been left for too long. Gazing out from the pier, you spy boats moored off nearby isles, with silhouettes of larger seafaring vessels further away. Compared to other ports you have visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. Genelio. What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. Still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly sell anything these days. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could be even worse. Bit of a consortium to keep afloat like Kalzal. Kalzal? I don't envy his position. Better to be alone with my little operation, I've come to realize. You're a traveller by the looks of you. If you have a moment, perhaps you could pay Kalzal a visit. He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him at the Saltwind Sails, the Harbour Guild building across from the water here. What was I missing? Something further down, I guess? That's some really red sand over there. Oh, I can swim. For whatever reason, when it's like a city-state or whatever, it's just like, can I go in the water? Where's this last thing? Oh, there. Kefiras? Well now, if it isn't a traveller, you're a rest site in these unsettled times. People have been giving us a wide berth since that accursed tower suddenly appeared on Nirana. If it just stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would be fine after a fashion, but no, it just had to spawn hell fiends as well. We still have our lives, thanks to the Radiant Host, but business is as good as dead. What will become of us, only the gods know. Oh no, now it wants me to speak to Thingy. Hello. The Dalmatians aren't coming, but we already have everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling at me isn't gonna help. All I know is that their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself, and the provinces are in chaos. And then there's the tower sitting on our doorstep, spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defensives, but we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. This would be an enormous loss. Alright. Forget about the Dalmatians. Surely some ships are still coming? We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines, all the perennial Hannish favourites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans to supply off only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Kazal, I do. Which is why I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are? Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. I see. That's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me. My name is Matsuya, and I'm here to see Kazal. Oh, seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. After that, elephant. You know, I think the thing that freaks me out about these guys is the fact that they don't seem to have a neck. Like, it's this weird sort of concept of head just on torso. Hello. Yes, can I help you? I remember seeing you back in the guild. You wanted to speak with Kazal too, did you? I'm Matsuya, a fisherman of Akiali, a nearby village. I sell my catch to Kazal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't brought anything for a while now. When I heard that the consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come and see him. Just as soon as he's free, anyway. He's a hard-working man, and I dare not disturb him. No, disturb away! If I may ask, what is it that you do? An adventurer, you say, and you travel the world, helping people? Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, wouldn't you teach me to be like you? You see, I've brought some fresh fish with me, the portion I couldn't preserve and I wanted to sell. The problem is I'm terrible with people. I've only ever dealt with Kazal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead and show me how it's done? If you're willing, please let me know and we can begin at once. The events to follow cannot be skipped. Alright, let's go. You'll do it then? Show me how to deal with customers? I'm in your debt. Right, please try peddling my fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in Yelder Mud. I will observe you and learn. I'll accompany you. Wow, they really were just a case of, we've got this cool new gimmick, we want you to play it. Will he just... I'm worried. Is he gonna fall off the edge? How old are you, sir? Or are you a child? What is the age range of your tribe? Because I'm tempted to call you a new adopted son. This is my elephant son. He's a bit shy. Hello. Yes. Greetings to you too. I suppose I'm well enough given the circumstance. Things have settled down somewhat, but it was utter chaos when that tower first appeared. Everyone grabbing whatever they could, trampling each other just to get out of the city. Or get to the city. Many remain there for now, but I could not stay away. Had to come back. Continue with my life such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. Oh, trust me, I don't. I make sure to keep well clear of the tower, and when more monsters emerge from it, I heed the Radiant Host's instructions. But they deal with it soon so we can get back to our normal lives. To the days when you could earn as much as you gave, and tuck into a meal satisfied that you did good work. Fresh fish, you say? Oh, you're fishmonger! When you bait me like that, how could I not bite? Well, very well. Give me some of your fish. Thank you for your custom. The catch of the day is Shallow's cod, delectable stewed in coconut milk or baked with a sprinkle of salt. Hooray! He's a sensitive soul. Come with me, my elephant child. So help me, every NPC in this game is either husbando, wifo, or my child. Alright. Let's go. Keep going. Hello. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some amra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. Why, for eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but of late I go through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming from overseas. But not a day goes by that someone doesn't come by asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and that, and this and that. What if it wears me down and I find myself feeling constantly hungry? Thank you. I pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed our little chat. Dang. I should have gone for the other option. Never mind, if nothing else, you left her with a positive impression. Let's move to the north side of town, shall we? North side of town. So intimidating, just kind of seeing his big burly shoulders just chasing me down. He's coming for me. He's a sweetie at heart, but he could crush me. Hello. How are you? This is a storehouse like any other at first glance, yet in contrast to its scale, there is distinct lack of activity. Have you met my friend? Irinja, I've made a friend. Have you met him? Would you like to buy some fish? Where's Stinian? He'll buy the fish. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh god, it's my stomach. Ugh. Ate the sickness? No, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. Would that I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Like as not, circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. And so I'm working as hard as I can while I still can, the better to be prepared. By stockpiling supplies, for that I need to earn coins so I can buy food, medicine, what have you. Oh, we do have some dried products too. Thavnarian cucumber and puff pie fish. They're the last of the batch, so if you're interested, you could have them for a discount. Truly? By all means, I'll take them all. Fish being called puff pie. That's... You remember what I told you earlier, that I preserve what I catch, which serves to show the importance of being attentive. Thank you so much for your demonstration. It was truly an eye-opening experience. Come, let us return to the pier. Alright, back we go. Well, I came here and made a friend. Which I guess is kind of like the other storyline where I also... How you doing, Thancred? Folk here are rather business-minded, for want of a better word, but at least they're welcoming of foreigners. In ordinary times, this harbour must overflow with visitors from all over the world. Have you met my friend? Would you like to buy some fish? Please don't sell your fish to Estinian. We're already in the hole and gonna be shouted at for having him waste money on a bit of rope. Thank you for showing me how to talk to customers. You managed to sell to 2 of the 3 people you approached. Adventurers do indeed have great conversational skills. Watching your work was very enlightening. By applying the lessons I've learned, I hope to one day peddle as well as you. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Kazal soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be but Matsuya? Kazal, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me, try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options at this rate. So you can't buy my fish anymore? I'm sorry, Matsuya, I truly am, but for now you must peddle your own goods. But by myself I can't. I want to help you, I do, but as it stands I can barely help myself. I poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I've friends and family depending on me, and I won't fail them. The sisters are as my witness. Azal. Not to worry, using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage. Somehow. Well, I best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care on the road. Oh, he was so sweet. Oh, really bad. I have I have connections in trade. Come back. I'm sure the Culinarians Guild would love for your fish. Okay guys, I made a friend. I lost... well, he wandered off, but... how have you guys been? So you've been busy? Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust? Yeah, sales are shit. I see. We also heard that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods, but to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected, discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telephorai. That Matsuya follow you were helping, he's... oh god. Akasudara, is he not? Apparently it is almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be travelling alone? If summoning is this perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Akasudara would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We better go after him. Akiali lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Kral's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Stepchild. That's got to be something to do with well, the step. Chocoboki. Did not see Matsuya nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. How upset are these turtles? Oh, very upset. Okay. Oh boy, turtles and these horrible skinless things. Need to get up there. Oh, that's actually a hunt. Angry elephants. Do not see Matsuya from here either. No, leave me alone. Help! Somebody help! Matsuya's voice, and it came from the north. Go through the herd of elephants. Do not disturb the elephants. Leave him alone! Leave him alone, you fiends! Hey, then, buddy. You okay? Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? So you found him in time. You and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest, think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We've heard that the Akasadara were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city? We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know, the ocean all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel all alone. A question, if I may. 'Tis our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. But I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. House of Divinities in the old tongue, it means. But they're not true divinities, they're monstrous imitations that bring only death. Have one's faith so twisted is a grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? You've come all this way to save us? Really? To think that I had you peddling fish? The answer to your question, yes, of course, we would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please, come to our village. We're good, gods-fearing folk, all of us, and we'd be honest to share our knowledge. And fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay a visit to Akyali? Wonderful, just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. So, 'tis the simulacra of Thavnerian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hanish are imprisoned in the tower. Pray that we will be able to save them. Though indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods. Like as not. As you said, would do well to study their religious traditions to Akyali. Haven't we worked out at this point that, at least until a better solution is found, the way to save people is to just kill them? Put them out of their misery. Oh, it really is just a really little village. Hello. Welcome to Akyali, my friend. The name means White Beach, and there isn't much here save for that. But please make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Kanga and all Hasvida. They're free at the moment, as it happens. You wish to know about our gods? What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Manusya, beings of wisdom, who assume the form of men, and the Murgya, beings of might, who assume the form of beasts. Together, they are divinities, their forms and personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings, we strive to be better people and live better lives. That doesn't narrow it down. Interested in learning about our gods, you say? That's what I like to hear. Prick up your ears then and listen. In ancient times, the Matsunya and Marga, deities who look like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually seeking the wisdom of the Mencia, the Marga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Mencia coveted the might of the Murgya, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in a new age of harmony between the two factions. From then on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Manusya have worn animal faces and the Murga the limbs of men. Sounds creepy. Also, not the most helpful. And there you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust. While you're off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go and fetch it from my house at once. Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll, which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. By all means, we should like to see it. They are Manusia. You heard about them, yes? 3 sisters. The center one is the eldest, Sindaruva, a goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest esteem. To her right is the middle sister, Sindaruva, as a goddess of wealth. She counts many traders among her followers. And on the left is Mindaruva, the youngest sibling. She presides over the crafts and so is beloved by weavers. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. In like fashion to the Menutia, the deities of also preside over myriad aspects of life. And what of the Murga, if I may ask? Murga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have the occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaia's head, and he is venerated as the progenitor of the Arakasara. And then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history. You worship dragons too? It's said that an ancestor of the satrap, that's the ruler of Razat Han, forged a covenant with a dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legend holds that, if ever the satrap is in need, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Dragon ally? You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I'm confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower. It's very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right, I believe it's time we sort out Kral's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Kral's notes, we're to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. Did you say you're gonna see Nidhana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding. And did I say she's beautiful? I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes. When you meet her, take care you don't drown in them. Alright, well, I'll be off. Is she actually gonna be one of their tribe, or is it gonna be a case of, mistaken identity? Guess we'll find out. It is very peaceful out here. Too peaceful. I'm going to fall asleep. Okay. Oh, it's in here. Alright. Little bit sheltered. Alright. That's fine. That's not good. At all.
happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see.
Oh, that's interesting. That looks like almost a female model. But that sounds male.
I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow. People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
Oh my
Many
god.
thanks.
One for me.
Alchemists are a weird
Those
folk.
are dragon scales.
Yep.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit.
Hello, are you...
Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower.
You are who we're looking for. Hello.
Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people?
Hello, Kral said you needed help.
Of course. You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Ah, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova.
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
Probably. Maybe not in a positive way.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragon King, yes?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not? I should like to draw a file or two, if so.
Now, see here.
Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Good luck, Athenian.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
I'm praying for him.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement. No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk? As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your mistress Kryl. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
The thing I find interesting about the Ari right there is the color of his, like, horns. His horns, her horns, their horns. Looks very much like the color that Vritra is in the trailer, just anyway. Right, let me attune to this. Oh good, someone's a snowman. Is that a teeny tiny Fenrir? Adorable. Alright. I'm assuming we're just leaving Estinian to his fate. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we're grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Kral herself is tied up with another investigation, XIV is an immitably capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. So if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of ether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar, and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans, talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we're still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales proved the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the skills provided by His Excellency, we've been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon we will be ready to conduct a field test, and here's where you and your blessing of light come in. Nothing complicated, I assure you. We only ask that you serve as an escort. I will explain in greater detail later, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence, and so, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessings shield you, with your permission, of course. In that case, Uranger and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. We would be grateful for any assistance you can provide. Okay, bye guys. If you see Estinian, try and free him. We need him back in one piece. If you're ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the great work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you at the top after seeing some preparations. Alright. Exit to the south. Maybe exit to the south. You know what, let's just exit the way I came in. And then just go around. Let's then get out here. Oh, maybe. Hold up. I hope you didn't have trouble finding this place, or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to the physical strain. I've given you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many this night. The drunken Deepa. A Deepa is the lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficacy. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of ether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe aether sickness. For your test, you will be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin whenever you're ready. I should be observing from a safe distance. Oh, good. Aether sickness. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to a safe distance if you are not the subject. Let's go. Oh, look at him go. He's on a mission. Reading Aether, please stand back. Okay. Subject has no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. God. Trying to read stuff like 3 AM. Big words. Make my brain hurt. Very pretty. Subject's stomach and bowel integrity holding. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. Bum, 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 bum. Show. Subject fortitude rated. Impressive. No irregularities. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow and brace for final discharge. Etheric exposure testing concluded. Please collect and deliver me to the supervising alchemist. Congratulations on retaining your composure and your humors. Oh yes. Definitely the blood and bile. Kept firmly where they should be. Ah, you've returned, and not on your knees. A promising sign. But come, let me take the deeper off your hands. Thank you. I shall replenish its ether for when we need to test the talismans. So, no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort? You're feeling perfectly fine? Then the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There is no risk that the tower will corrupt your ether. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. I mean, fair. You're a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? You see, our talisman requires the use of a special ink, but we have exhausted our stores for the key ingredient for it, spirit weed. The herb grows not far from here, and I would like to go and harvest some. With the recent spate of kidnappings, however, we Akasadara travel alone at our peril. Would you not come with me as my escort? I will compensate you for your troubles, of course. Oh good, it's raining. I'm in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to Hidaya's Footsteps. It is situated on the road which runs east of the Great Work. Over this way. Oh no, game, you've given me calming rain sounds and calming music. How dare you? I may simply be imagining it, but I feel as if we're being followed. Look out! Ah, look. I see 3 nerds. There we go. Words, but that gave me a fright. To think that the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work. Like the sisters, I asked you to come with me. You're all right, I hope? Good, good. Let's continue on then. It isn't far now. Just through these pillars and up the rise. There she is. Well, that's a big thing. What is that, lizard? Really buff lizard. And here we are. Kajaya's footsteps. Kajaya was a great dancer, and those who follow in her, well, you know, they come to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. Happy benefit of that is that spirit weed grows here in abundance. I've set about harvesting it once. If you would be so good as to stand guard. The kidnappers aren't likely to return soon, but better safe than sorry. I mean, fair. Would you like me to dance?
Yes, that would be Radzad Khan. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began. The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing. Well, he is the most important person in Radzad Khan. Long ago, this island was home to 2 tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether.
Kasra. Despite hearing her say that twice, I'm still gonna say it wrong. I'm gonna have forgotten by tomorrow.
Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict, and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people. But when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution. The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radzad Khan to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
It looks so ominous over there. Just because it's raining. Looks ominous there too.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
Hello.
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Owen?
Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail? Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
Oh, I do love Van Daniel. Fantastical Van Daniel. Sense the disturbance in the force. We must get back. I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Let's head back to the great work, shall we? Is she actually just straight back? Yes, she is. Oh, I do like Van Daniel. He's always having a good time. At everyone else's expense, but you know, always having a good time. My thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. Oh, a level! Little does Nidana know she's about to send you on another errand. Oh no! If you will excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. Ah, you are both back. Excellent. I read your line really weird. I have a message for you, Mistress Nidana. It would seem the stores of Giant Skull are running low. What? But when I last looked, there was still plenty. I suspect that was before Uranger told everyone about their tempering cure, and Estinian shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it from me to complain, but we need to replenish our stores. I should be happy to tend to this if you like. Much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I can't in good conscience send you out there all alone while kidnappers are at large. Ixia, loath though I am to press another task on you so soon, might I ask you to fetch the giant skull? In case you're not familiar, giant skull is a type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardness and ethereal conductivity, it has applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. Don't know why that was so hard to read. The quarry where it is found, aptly named Giant Skull Grounds, isn't far away, so it shouldn't take much of your time. May we impose upon you once more? Thank you. Upon arriving at the grounds, please seek out a man named Zenua? He will furnish you with the ore. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens I have an errand of my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. May we borrow a pair of hamsa? By all means, do try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. I will bring the hamsa to the entrance. Meet me there when you are ready. What is a hamsa? What am I going to be writing? What the heck is going on here? Everything got an upgrade and decided it really wanted to be on my hotbar again. Dodos. Okay, sure. Here are our hamsa. If the creatures look familiar, it is because they are close kin to your Eorzean dodos. Hamsa have long been kept as livestock in Thavnir, and many a hatchery may be found here. Alas, the largest of these were recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant Host repurposed its remnants as an outpost. This is where my errand takes me, and your own destination is but a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, let us first make for the outpost. We set forth at your word. You are ready? Then let us depart. You need only ride and relax. My bird and I will take the lead, for yours to follow. Oh, I really can just... Let's be off. If you haven't ridden dodos before, be warned that they have a very wobbling gait. Look at them go. Man, if only if it were better weather. That spectacular formation stretching out over the water is something. Is called Khadgar, a word which means sword. This sword, legend holds, was wielded by the Mansur against the Murga before it was cast down at conflict's end. To the left and requiring no introduction is the tower, as you can see. It straddles a small isle. Almost there, though the main part of the hatchery is atop the cliff, the outpost itself is on the beach. Whee! Oh, it does look super abandoned. Oh, no. Don't skip that. Don't do it. And here we are. Manned by the Radiant Host, this outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Hello. Well, who should it be beyond Vrashan on an errand for the Satrap? I am. His Excellency bade me come collect your report. He also wished to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant Host for their unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, but we are honoured to receive His Excellency's regard. And yet for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we've enjoyed relative peace and calm these past few days, this remains the front line of battle, no place for children. Your predecessor too often travelled alone. It's been, what, 2 years now since you took over? I wonder how the fellow is faring. Like those before him, he went on to represent the Satrap in foreign lands. Wherever he may now be, I'm certain he is well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do of my own volition and gladly. I pray you do not think ill of His Excellency. Certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith in the Satrap is unwavering, but I still worry for you. We'd be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you. For you are as a little brother to us all. Take care, do you hear? Nabidin. Thank you. Who might this be? Not Hanish by the look of him. Permit me to introduce XIV of the Eorzean contingent come to assist in the making of the talisman. From Eorzea, you say? Towers have appeared over there too, yes? Tell me, what is the situation like? May I suggest that you exchange information with our soldiers? Both parties would stand to learn something of value, I believe. An excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of ours are understandably anxious. We would be glad for any tidings you can share. You two, bring Barshan the latest report and answer any questions he may have. Alright, talk to everyone. Hello. It occurs to me I have yet to properly introduce our company. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the Satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with heretofore unknown threats such as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we've struggled to contend with fiends from the tower. Though we succeeded in striking them down on 2 occasions they came in force, we had to pay a heavy price. What are the towers in Eorzea? Do they likewise spawn monsters? So it's much the same elsewhere. Everywhere even. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls for outside aid to be answered. You wish to know about the tower? To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. This Tower of Zot, as folks have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared, where it did, on the Isle of Nurana. We're safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting aether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? Our struggles are not unique, then our hopes still lie with the talismans. We must keep the monsters contained until they're ready. Now I've heard about you, the visitor from Eorzea. Is there anything you can tell us about the Telephoroi? We know that they're the ones behind the tower and that they've declared war on the whole world. But why are they doing this and what is it that they want? This we don't understand. What? They want to die and take everyone with them? What on earth is this? Well, you can bet that we won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Eorzean and Far Eastern brothers. It is still raining, yet the pleasant music has commenced. Hello. Are you speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was enlightening. Try again. I hope it was as enlightening for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation and trading hub, both Razet Han ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, this stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come, you had best see to your original errand, as mine will keep me here a while longer. However, I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Were it not, the path straightforward. You need but follow the road east upon the Hamsa, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. Alright, Dodo. Should become separated from your city. Obtain the bird. Oh, there's the rest of the hatchery. Those are evil plants. Go, little Dodo, go! You can do it! Well, it's gone. Hopefully it can seek itself back. Aye, this is indeed the Great Skull Grounds, and I am Zenua. Is there something you require? Giant skull for the alchemist, you say? But of course they shall have it. They labour tirelessly to deal with the tower, and 'tis the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. Here you are, a sack of the purest giant skull. We always set some aside for our alchemist friends. When you deliver it, let the good folk of the great work know that we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need but ask. Oh god, I can't even see the teleport thing. There we go. I have your rocks. Welcome back. Dare I hope you have the giant skull? Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you for bringing these. We now have everything we need to make our next prototype, one that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it is ready, it will be time for the true test, so please, take your ease while you can. It is still raining.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well.
What were you doing? The other two I get, what were you doing though?
You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
The
Not a fan of
peoples
needles.
Of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavner. Children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea. And yet, and spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
Do you need to talk to someone, Thancred? I know we never really went into depth about how being possessed affected you, but do you want to talk about it now?
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear.
That goes for you too. Would you also like to talk about possession?
Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that.
Hi, Daniel. After all.
What is it? What did you see?
I saw him.
Daniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds. This is the one.
At long last.
Oh, it's all about to go tits up. Oh, it's all about to go bad.
Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments. We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
Thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place. To accompany me to the Tower of Zot.
Why you?
Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
Why? Why would you ever? Why would you ever choose that man? She's sweet. And this is a dumb idea.
We are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
Talk her out of it. She shouldn't be the one to go.
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example. But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Daniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you then.
Oh, this is gonna go tits up. It went tits up in Chilean. It's gotta go tits up here, so we have a reason to go back and be like, yeah, we fucked up too. Where am I going? All the way back over there. That's a thought. Not gonna help me, is it? No. Guess I'm walking then. But hey, at least it stopped raining. So, you know, if it all goes horribly, horribly wrong, at least it'll be a nice sunny day for it. it's the armadillos again! I love them. Favorite overworld monster. Alright, let's go and make a terrible decision. This is a rather finer boat than I had expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board and be on our way. Oh, and if I should become corrupted, do not stay your hand. Of course, I pray it does not come to that, but you must protect yourself. Other alchemists can fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of a kind, and perhaps our only hope for toppling this tower. For all our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever they may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Let's be off. The ominous music is not giving me the best hope for this being fine.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence.
Who's steering the boat?
Any moment now. It's working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
Sure, let's go closer to the tower that's spitting out monsters in a boat. Oh, we shouldn't go inside. There's gonna be a primal in there.
So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance.
We shouldn't.
A few more steps.
No, you're pushing it too far. Why am I so far behind?
Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be.
Don't turn your back to the door.
Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets. What?
Oh, I knew it. Into the tower I go. Spooky. Oh good, it's the flesh walls. Oh, nice. Loving that. Fan Daniel, no!
Oh, let me go! Oh, let me go! Oh!
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
Tackle him.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
No. Oh, I knew it was all gonna go to shit. You put that down.
For heroics, I'm afraid.
Put it down.
The similarities are striking. My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
Oh, you dickbag.
Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Van Daniel, the sundered Ascian. I inherited the position and the soul of the Van Daniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days, theoretically speaking. Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me. Eventually, I was recruited into the Ascians and imbued with the former Van Daniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am. How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes? Then I expect you've heard of me. The old me.
Nope. Here we go.
At your service.
With the fancy hat?
Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met, day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing. Oh, the memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter, we struggled to breathe.
No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they were ever hungry for stimulation. Slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor. And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards, always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
Good old Sunday.
Heed me, Amon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all
is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war, and so I have come to claim you.
Oh, they managed to bring him back somehow. Good for Emmett. More screen time.
For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself.
I was about to say, how is Amon in the tower and also Fandaniel then?
See what lies ahead.
Well, the showboating makes sense. It all comes together knowing that he's Amon.
The fall of the Empire affirmed the truth. Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
Well, thank you for not murdering me while I was having that vision. Oh, he's gone. That's why. Okay.
So easily distracted. Why, I almost left without saying farewell.
You did.
As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals. If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades. We shall meet again! Not in one of these minor spires, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see.
Okay, can you tell him that I don't want to see him and he should stop trying to call me? Alright. Well, I've lost your head, Alchemist, and the prototype is at the bottom of the tower. Somewhere. So I hope you have all of the blueprints. It did work, though. Oh, you returned, but where's Mistress Nidana? Lucia Preserve. Just when we had succeeded in making the talisman. I must report this at once. Meanwhile, please return to the gate. Great work. I knew it was going to end badly. It was all going so very well. So, would you like the good news or the bad news? Because the good news is it worked. The bad news is... well, I lost the alchemist. Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What happened? So it was Fandaniel after all. That bastard. I'm sure you wanted to do more, but you were right to return here first. We must tread warily, lest we endanger Nidana and the other captives. First, we must inform everyone of the situation, Nidana's colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. Hello, I seem to have lost your head, Alchemist. There was a crazy man. And he kind of threw your prototype right down the tower. Oh, Nidana. can you answer me this? Though Nadana is trapped in the tower, she's still alive, yes? Then we must make warding scales, as many as we can. The prototype works perfectly. This Nadana proved at peril to herself. So, let us make more scales. Then she and all those who were taken might be saved. Aye, as alchemists, this is how we will help win the fight. Hello. My friends, the satrap has been made aware of the tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pile that he might personally discuss the production of the warding scales with you. And for our Eosian visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nadana noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creation. This fact came to the satrap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to meet you. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss further avenues of collaboration. And so, if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Razad Han for an audience with His Excellency? We should be honoured, of course. Close cooperation between our lands can only be to the benefit of all. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates east of the great giant school grounds, and I will show you into the city. Nope, okay. Off we go. Slowly hopping our way. Over here for the third time. Well, I suppose on a scale of, or comparing the two sides, this is probably the worst side. We actually got someone absorbed by a tower. The other one was just a slap on the wrist and don't do that again, otherwise there will be consequences. For a moment there I thought the birds' names were surge drumming. And I was both confused and terrified. Sutamaruk. Oh, as I try and steer my sheep off the cliff. Ba-ba-dum-ba-dum. Jamals! Good old camel freaks. No, I didn't mean it! Alright. All present, then let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert, and strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you have been granted special permission, I ask that you remain close to me at all times.
A vast rock squats upon Thavnair, and to its stony surface clings the city of Ruds at Han. Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things. pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun. The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets. But no such scenes to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
Here we are, Megadota.
Very colorful.
It seems a shame to bring you here directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside.
Can you point me to the nearest aetheryte? That's like my first point of call anytime I go somewhere new.
Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Ah, splendid. Most splendid.
I don't know what I was expecting. I was not expecting an RR for some reason.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ahawan, satrap of Radzatan. Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude. I assume you speak of Nidana. A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nidana and the others. I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit. I think not. This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself. Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Is there going to be a dragon behind the giant curtain?
Nay, he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
Called it.
As you wish.
You travel as assistants to the students of Valdesian, but you are known to me.
Hello. I've met your dad.
Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn. and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode.
Vritra, of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
You couldn't have said child of Midgardsummer.
Aye, mine elder brothers, of Midgardsummer's spawn, I was last to hatch.
Aw, he's a baby. He's an ancient baby.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radzat-Han had an alliance with a dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the satrap's own hall.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone.
Did you not have any children?
In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair. Next to arrive were the Aura. Adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect. And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility. When it seemed all would be drowned in blood, Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radzat-Han.
But if Vritra is still here, then your position as satrap is just...
a cover.
A charade, yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Many envy the great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end.
Yup, and then your eyeballs would be taken out and eaten.
I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
Your eye. It was taken.
Oh, he has lost. Has he lost an eye? Oh, he has. Oh dear. Are you the eye?
Here, buried within the semblance of flesh.
Oh, I called it that he was going to be linked to the dragon.
The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Radzat-Han. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my will.
I know, it was the horns. The horns gave you away.
Ah, that would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
I am woven with words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered. Estinian warm blood.
Don't attack anyone.
From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another. Yet did neither one of us bear his fangs. That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radzat-Han. With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence. Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, The narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a surer path before me.
I'll go and I'll take my friends with me.
Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Padothan and Cartanau, I am told. 'Tis upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear. Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions, and should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales. I worry, however, that even the four of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go. Steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
It seems a quick trip back to Charlian is in order.
Nope, okay. Estinian's already going.
Thou not lend thine aid.
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Rads at Han, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
I am in thy debt.
Okay, see you later, Vitra. That meeting took a rather unexpected turn, but now we have a clear objective ahead of us. Let us rejoin our comrades in Charlaine and muster a suitable crew for our foray into the Tower of Zot. Oh, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to attune to the Aetheryte here before departing, unless of course you enjoy violent nausea. What if I do, Thancred? Okay, but will you... No! Dang it. Okay. Well, I did attune to the one back there, so... Alright. Back to Charlaine. Alright, teams A and B. Everyone's back. Just as I was getting used to balmy Thavnir, we're back in chilly Charlaine. Take care not to catch your death, eh? We need you for the battles to come. Now then, everyone appears to be here, so let us take stock of all the developments and discoveries. Nope. Since there has been progress in both investigations, shall we share the findings of our respective locales?
Your time in Thavnir has certainly been eventful. In my opinion, carrying out Vitra's request and assaulting the Tower of Zot should be our highest priority.
I agree.
While I still have questions concerning the Forum and their grand undertaking, we have all but exhausted our avenues of investigation. Simply pressing them any harder on the subject will almost certainly result in our expulsion. Therefore, I suggest we explore the ethereal sea connection by way of a letter to Master Matoya, then make our way to Thavnair.
I wonder, even with the protection these talismans afford us, what can we hope to achieve once inside the tower? According to Orenvold and Fodola's report, they were unable to free the Emolja. Worse, their attempts triggered the tower's defenses, which led to a summoning of Luna Afrit.
What does it tell us that the Spires even have such defenses?
There's something to find.
Simply pulling a prisoner from the wall is fatal. Thus the direct approach is doomed to failure from the outset. Any further measures to dissuade such actions seem unnecessary. Unless, of course, there is a way to free the prisoners without killing them. Then it stands to reason that any intruders will be met with overwhelming force.
The towers appeared throughout the world in but the twinkling of an eye. 'Twas by magical means these structures were raised, I surmise. A spire thus conjured must needs be maintained. And I suspect an arcane catalyst, some manner of core, doth lie hidden within. Destroy the core, and the tower ceaseth to be, thus liberating the captives without harm.
So we can hope, and I would prefer to enter the tower with a working theory than with no plan at all.
Assuming Ishtola's reasoning is correct, the chances of the defenses remaining dormant are small to none. Any primals will have to be dealt with, and defeating one will likely only lead to the summoning of another. Our every victory will only compound the prisoner's suffering.
May we not then divide our forces? Those proficient in healing will focus on sustaining the captives. That duty can be covered by Urianger, Kryl, Yostela, and myself. The remaining scions will proceed with the search for the core. Admittedly, this strategy puts both parties at greater risk, but it should bolster our chances of saving the Arcosodra by a considerable margin.
I have a slight question. Why are Y'shtola healing and not Alphina? One of them is a healer. The other one is DPS. Yeah, are you sure Alphina was in the right group?
If you're to fight primals, then you'd best have at least one healer with you.
I'm the healer. That's me.
And I am more than happy to fulfill that role.
I get it.
I found wielding a sage's armaments to be rather intuitive, and look forward to testing them against a more challenging foe.
Bold of you to assume, my friend.
It seems we have a plan. All that remains is to carry it out. I will inform Rads at Han of our movements, so let us make our preparations and regroup near the tower.
The military post in what's left of the Hamsa hatchery should serve as a convenient staging point.
That sounds perfect. And remember, the experimental aetherite at the confluence is there for those who need it, so there's no excuse for being late.
So I hope a lot of you are willing to feel incredibly sick. I'm gonna call it there, just because I have a funny feeling that's gonna be going into a dungeon, and it is really late. And yeah, it's really late. So I'm gonna call it there, and then pick up with what I assume is going to be the first dungeon of this story tomorrow. So yeah, I hope you have a good morning, day, afternoon, evening, night, whatever your time zone may be. I hope you've had a good time. I have. I hope you have too. And that'll be all from me for today, so bye guys.